Okay, what we have regarding sums and differences of cubes on the side of what we have for sums. Okay, we have with the algorithm, we have a to the third plus b to the third. And so we're going to have one binomial factor, and this will be in the form of a plus b. And the other factor is going to be a trinomial, and this is going to be a squared minus ab plus b squared. And examples of what we have with the sum of cubes, and we'll take, for instance, we'll say we have x to the third plus 64, and okay, now with x to the third we have the cube of x, and we have with 64 we have the cube of 4, so you can think of a as represented by x, b as represented by 4, and in terms of factoring, okay, we have x plus 4, and then we have times the quantity, a squared is going to become x squared, and we have minus a times b, so a is at x, b is at 4, so we have negative x times 4, so we have a minus 4x. And we have with b at 4, 4 squared is going to become 16. Alright, and let's say that if we have another expression, and we'll take this in two different variables, and we'll say that we have 27 g to the third, and we'll say we have plus 125 k to the third. Okay, and for 27 g to the third, okay, now 27g cubed is going to be the cube of 3g, and for 125k cubed, this is going to be the cube of 5k. Alright, so here we have a represented by 3g, b represented by 5k, and for a plus b, okay, that is going to become 3g, and b we have at 5k, so we have 3g plus 5k, and we have for that which represents a squared, that's going to be 3g to the second, so you have 3g times 3g, so this will be 9g squared, and we have minus a times b, so you have minus 3g times 5k, so that's going to be minus 15gk, and now for b squared, okay, that's going to be the square of 5k. So here we're going to have 25k squared. All right. Now in the handout from Alex, okay, we had left over question number 4, and this was looking at factoring 8y cubed plus 125. And if I write this as the sum of perfect cubes, so you have 8y cubed is going to be the cube of 2y. 125 we have to be the cube of 5. And we have a represented by 2y, b is represented by 5. And so we have, in this case, for a plus b, we have 2y plus 5. And we have for a squared, that's going to be represented by 4y squared, minus a times b, so you have minus 2y times 5, so we're going to have negative 10y, and then we have plus b squared, okay, so you have b is at 5, 5 squared becomes 25, okay. Now, let's say that crossing over to what we have with difference of cubes. Now for the algorithm here, we have a cubed minus b cubed, and for the factoring, this is going to result as the quantity of a minus b times the trinomial a squared plus ab plus b squared. Okay. Let's say, for instance, if you have a cubed minus b cubed represented by, let's say, 27y cubed minus 1000 z cubed. Okay, there's no common factor between the terms, and so for 27y cubed, okay, this would be the cube of 3y, 1000z cubed is going to be the cube of 10z. All right. So a is represented by 3y, b is represented by 10z. And so for a minus b, we can say we have 3y minus 10z. And we have times the quantity. Now 3y squared is going to represent a squared. 3y times itself is going to give us 9y squared plus ab, so we have plus 3y times 10z. So this will become 30yz. And for b squared, okay, that is going to become 100z squared. Okay, and we'll take as another instance of what we have for a difference of cubes, and we will say in this particular case we will go with, let's say, 729 x cubed, and we'll say that we have minus 64 w to the third. Okay, so here we have perfect cubes. 729x cubed is going to be the cube of 9x. 64w cubed is going to be the cube of 4w. Okay, so we have a represented by 9x, b is represented by 4w. So we have for a minus b, okay, so we have 9x minus 4w quantity, and we have times quantity. So we have for a squared, we have 9x squared out. So this is going to be 81x squared. And then we have plus 9x times 4w. And you have 36xw or 36wx. It doesn't matter what order the variables come in. And then we have for the square of 4w, that's going to be 16w squared. Okay, so these are instances of what we have in the case of taking the difference of cubes and factoring.